Okay, hey YouTube, this is Matthew Morgan. Just coming to make a video, and I just want to say this. Hold on. Okay, now I'm gonna just say two things here. One, for those people in the LGBTQAI and however other many letters there might be to that community, to the straight people that go to church, here's a little truth bomb you ain't gonna like, but I'm gonna drop it to y'all asses anyhow, because it's necessary. And here's the truth the church will not tell you, but I'm gonna tell you because I don't really give a damn. The church has been telling you for years that God hates gay people. The church been telling you for years that the church has been telling you for years that God hates gay people. That's not true. He loves all his children, period. There's no one on this earth that he hates, period. Nobody. He's not a hater of any person. Nobody. God does not hate one person on this earth. Now, does he wish this earth would be made better? Yes. Does he wish people would learn how to stop fighting and hating each other and actually learn how to love each other and get along? Yes. Does he wish man would stop murdering each other for purposeless reasons and start to realize life and death coexist? There's a domino effect to everything you do. You kill someone, you're taking someone else from someone else who meant something to someone. Now that person got to fill that gap. Somebody might go into depression, kill themselves, some stuff like that. People need to realize there's a domino effect to everything that you do in this life. It doesn't matter if you knock down one domino, they're going to all eventually fall. It's just kind of like the whole thing about the crabs in a barrel. Some people be crabs in a barrel to their own kind. And it's sad because a lot of the time you don't even have to put a lid on the situation. A person will just by nature snatch somebody else down and want to see that person fail because they're miserable and they don't want to be at the bottom by themselves. So whoever they can take down is who they're willing to take down, straight up, just so that person doesn't know the feeling of doing better in life. But anyhow, God, the Almighty, All-Wise Father, in his words, has spoken this. He said, and I quote, "Hate of man is something I do not have. Disappointment in humanity I cannot have because I am all wise. I already know what you're going to do and I already see it. But pity I do have for man's bad decisions ruin each other." So all I'm saying in that sense is to clearly say, y'all been teaching for a long time that God sends gay people to hell. God doesn't like gay people. God hates the sin of homosexuality. Well, let me explain to you this way. God's not fond of homosexuality because two men having sex and two women having sex is against his design, but it's only because of procreation. Other than that, God don't care who you smash. As long as you love the person you're with, he don't care. He said it himself in books and things people don't study. The only thing I am against as far as gay marriage or gay sex is that it stops procreation. Other than that, and for those who don't know what procreation means, it means when a man has sex with a woman, puts his seed in a woman, the seed turns from, what is it? sperm cell, embryo, fetus, baby, child being born. Procreation means to basically do what you did before again and again, have sex to recreate the human image every single time. But I'm gonna say it again. He's not worried about you having sex with the same partner. He could care less about that happening. His only thing is, don't just be having sex with the same sexuality just because you're trying to prove a point to someone that you can do it if you want to. Actually love and care about the person you're with. Other than that, as long as it's not stopping procreation, he's not worried about it. That's what's getting on my nerves. And the other thing is, as far as y'all praising these pastors and these bishops about, oh, they're doing this for God. No, they're not. They're doing it for money. Damn near all these pastors and bishops are either doing this for one or two reasons. They're doing it out of fear or they want money. Straight up. Okay. And here's the way this shit goes down. A lot of the times there's auditions for these pastors to, how you say, be in these churches and stuff. And a lot of the times these pastors have, gifts that draw people to the church. It doesn't mean they're using them for the right purposes, but they are using them. And here's the thing. These pastors have a contractual agreement to whatever church board or deacons or trustees or whoever put them in charge of that church, that the pastor gets paid a certain amount of money to be there. And also the tithes and offerings go to the pastor as well, because he has to get paid for his work under God or the church, because the church is technically still a business. Only reason the church is not considered actual business is because religion or spirituality is the cover for that. Other than that, the church is still a damn business. And these pastors be reaping hella heavy off of it. But these pastors, they get paid, and here's the sad part. The pastors don't want the pastors don't want to fill up churches because they need you there for God's purpose. No, they want you there so they can keep getting paid and live their lifestyle. God ain't got nothing to do with that. Truthfully, if they were serving God for real, they wouldn't be needing money to do it. All followers of God never needed financial gain to do his will. They would always trust that the Father will make a way for them to, how you say, thrive in life. So as far as this whole thing about, oh, these pastors are serving God, no, they're serving their own damn intentions. Which means we got to keep a certain amount of people coming to this church, use the choir, the mime, and everything else to keep them engaged in the church activities. Keep them tithing so I can keep my money, so that at the end of the day, I can still live a luxurious lifestyle, and they keep coming back. They're not doing this for God. They're doing it for themselves. And they have a contractual obligation to bring members in the church. And however they got to do it, they're going to do it. Whether it's scaring you, using the Bible against you, telling you if you leave, you're going to hell while you're in the church. They'll throw all these little parades and festivities and shit just to keep you there. Because they know if they don't meet that contractual agreement, their ass is going bye-bye. So that's why they want you in church. It's not to save your soul. It's not to do none of that shit. Only thing they're personally doing is trying to keep a cash flow going. And oh yeah, if the church was really about the Father, why do they need money? Why do they have this thing where they like to use the Bible to beat people up? If the church was really about God, why don't you have the freedom to say what you want, when you want, and how you want? If the church is really about God, then why can't you speak your mind depending on the stuff you learn? You bring any new type of teachings in the church, they don't want to hear them. But yeah, like I was saying, don't believe that hype that the church is about God, because it's not, never has been, and never will be. Church is not for God at all. It never has been and it never will be. Only thing about the church is it went from fear to money. That's it. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing the fuck less. And them pastors y'all got in these churches, they got titles, they're entitled to shit. Like, honestly, when Jesus was down here, he never tried to put himself above nobody. He was saying, oh, well, sing for Jesus, preach for Jesus, do this for Jesus, do that for Jesus. If y'all don't just stop bullshitting and just say it's for me. Stand up for Jesus. I'm trying to get you saved. I'm trying. No, you're not, sir. All you're doing is bullshitting the people and lying to them, so you keep them in the goddamn church, so that way you keep your cash flow going, so that way you keep your contractual agreement going, so you don't lose your damn church, or you don't get fired. Yes, a pastor can get fired like they can get hired. It's not no calling of God, it's a calling of people. And to be honest, I learned that being on the pulpit committee. Like, God's not calling these pastors. People are doing that. Then they want to say God anointed that person. No, he did not. Because if he did, they would tell you straight up, I don't need money to teach you. You don't need to bow down to me. You don't need to let me eat first when we do certain services. I am human. If these pastors really were about God, they would remind you they are human beings. They wouldn't want to be worshipped. They would not want to be praised, having you stand up when they come out to the damn pulpit. That's not the follower of Jesus. Jesus would tell you straight up, I don't want you bowing to me. I don't want you praising me. I want to be your friend. I want you to be my brother. We're equal. I'm not higher than you. Human beings be getting a big ass head about shit like that. Like, oh, well, I'm a pastor, you respect me, I'm the head, you're the ass, I know everything, you just smell bad, and I sit on you when I want comfort and something. Just letting y'all know that. So all this shit people keep talking about, oh, well, the pastors are men of God. No, they're not. No, they're not. And the only reason they're going on the front lines is so y'all think they're about what they're really not. But anyway, I'm out.